Oh, hi there. I didn't see you enter. It's me, with Bison. And we're doing something completely different today. So, I like code. You like code. We all like code. If you like games, you probably like code because that's how they run. So, in this video, I'm going to teach you some basic Python statements.
So if you haven't already, you're going to want to install Python. So all you got to do is go onto your browser, search Python in the search bar, click the link that says Welcome to Python, click Download, then click Download Python 3.10. Then you're going to want to run the installer. To run the installer, all you got to do is click on it, then click Install, then you click Yes when Windows pops up saying, do you want this to make changes to your hard drive? And whilst you're waiting for it to download, dance to some music that won't land you in jail. Once the installer has finished doing its thing, you want to go into the search bar on your computer and type in IDLE to start idle Python.
Okay, so once you've installed Python, what you're going to want to do is open Python idle. So I've already got it pinned to my taskbar, so I'm just going to open it up and then... Ah, got my eyes! Ah, that hurt even with sunglasses on. Change, don't need to change it. Option. If you want to change it to something that doesn't hurt your eyes, because trust me, opening this at 3 AM is like opening Discord light mode. What you got to do is go to Configure Idle, go to Highlights, Built-in Theme, Idle Dark, hit Apply, and now we no longer get blinding headaches whenever we try to code. So the first statement I'm going to teach you is going to be probably one of the most basic statements in Python, and that would be the print statement. So you type in print, if you spell it correctly, and you'll know that you've typed it incorrectly because it will go purple. Now, with statements, you can't capitalize them. There's never ever a statement with capital letters. So if I type in print with a capital P, it doesn't work because you can't have capital letters in statements. It's not gone purple, so it won't work. So you always have to put 2 brackets at the end of it. And in order for something to be printed onto the screen, what you've got to do is type 2 quotation marks, and then you type in the most basic of statements, which would be hello, if I can spell properly, world. And then what you want to do is you'll want to hit enter, and then it should just print out hello world. So, but hello world isn't all that impressive, is it? So we can get, using inputs, we can get the user to input their name and then output hello user and then the user's name. In order to do that, we need to go to File, New File, close down the idle, and now we can make a Python program with multiple statements. So, input. This is probably going to require a little bit of explanation. In layman's terms, input just requires the user to put in an input. It will just ask the user for something to be typed in, and then it will save that input as a variable. A variable is a little bit like a box, almost. You put stuff in it, and then you can take stuff back out once you need it again. So, first thing we want to do is put username, or whatever you want to call the variable, space equals space, input. You want to put always 2 brackets, and always 2 quotation marks. Then you want to put in, what is your name? And then put a space afterwards. And then what you want to do is, you want to put print hello. Then you want to go comma. And then you want user name. And then what we want to do is we're going to go to run module. Make sure you save it. I already have, you'll probably want to have a Python folder already. I've already pre-created one because I do a lot of Python coding in my spare time. And then save it in there. Now it should just run. So my name, I'm going to put inward Bison. as you can see, the code hasn't worked, which probably because there is an error in my code. But the good thing about Python is that it has one thing that basically every other code software doesn't, and that's it tells you what's gone wrong. Now with Java, it kind of just drops you in the deep end and hopes you can swim, unless you're using something like Eclipse. As you can see, according to the error here, it says print is not defined. Did you mean print? And depending on what version of Python you're running, it will tell you the correction. I'm running Python 3.10, so that's why it tells me the correction. So now I know to go into my code and decapitalize that P, and then we can run module, save it again, and it should just work this time. So what is my name? My name is Inward Bison YT. Hello, Inward Bison YT. So that is a very simple program for asking for a user input. Now we're going to do another. We're going to do another input, an input code string, but we're going to make it just a little bit different. And what we're going to do is we're going to make it say different things depending on the user's username. So I know that sounds complicated, but trust me, it really isn't. We get introduced to two of the greatest statements in Python: if, elif, and else. Now these really good. They're really simple to learn and really useful. So what we'll do is we're going to go into File, New File, close the old one because we don't need it anymore. So first thing we want to do is start off as we did earlier. Username is equal to input. Remember, space equals space. You can't just do them all bunched together, then we won't recognize the code if you do that. Basically, and then we want to put input. What is your name? So what we do is we have to put if username equals, let's say, Inward Bison YT. And we're going to put a colon. So the colon basically means that's basically saying then. So it's saying if username is equal to Inward Bison YT, then print you make great content. I don't, but there you go. Then we're going to put else. If someone else puts in, if you don't put in Inward Bison YT, then print. Then I'm going to do exactly the same as we did last time. Hello, comma, user name. Right, hit F5 to run it. Make sure you save it. Give it a random file name. I'm just going to call it. I can't think of a creative name, so this is what I'm going to do. Done. Ooh, what's this? We have another error. So this is a mistake. Even I make quite often. So in Python, if you want to say if username, for example, is equal to then you have to put two equal signs because that means it is directly equal to. One equal sign does not mean directly equal to. So you want to put two equal signs mean directly equal to. So save it. What is my name? My name is Inward Bison YT. And we've had an error. I'll be back in a minute. Okay, so I'm going to run the code. What is my name? My name is Inward Bison YT. You make great content. Thank you, Python. Thank you, Python. Now, if we rerun the code, but use someone else's name, for example, that's the only YouTuber I can think of. It will say, hello, DanTDM. So, we've done a variation statement. So that's one use of if and else. But another use of if and else would be a password system. And password systems are quite easy to make in Python. They use exactly the same logic as that variation, the variation code we just made. So what I'm going to do is we're going to go, so correct password we want to go correct underscore password is directly equal to 9081. There you go. I'm going to go correct underscore user. Okay, so that's what we already need to do, the correct password. So we want to do username equals input. Username equals input. What is your username? Okay, so now this is where it's going to get a bit technical. So we want to go if username is directly equal to, then we're going to go 2 quotation marks, we'll put inward Bison, and if you want to do multiple correct usernames, you'll go or Dan TDM. Don't ask why I'm using him as an example. Then what we want to do, and we want to print welcome. What is the password? Okay. Then what we'll do is we'll do user underscore password equals input. Just realised we don't actually need that bit. User password is equal to input. What is the password? So then we'll do another if statement. If user underscore password is directly equal to quotation marks 9081, then colon print welcome to the network. Okay, so now we've got to start putting in else statements. So if they don't get the password right, for example, we'll do else print sorry, your password is incorrect. Please try again. Now what happens if you don't get the correct username? So that's pretty easy to do as well. Just backspace 2 things so make sure that the if and else always line up. They've got to line up, otherwise they won't work. So else print your username is undefined. So that's our simple password, username and password program. What we'll do is we're going to run it, give it another stupid name. There you go. Save it. So we want to do, what is your username? Inward Bison IT. No, it wasn't IT. Welcome. What's the password? Is 0981, I think it was. Sorry, the password is incorrect. Please try again. Ah, goddamn! Welcome to the network. Sorry, I got the password wrong. I did it again. It says welcome to the network. So that is a simple password statement. So in this video, we have covered print. Print is a basic statement that essentially outputs text to the screen. We covered input, which basically is asking the user for an input, which then can be displayed on the screen. And we also covered else, if and else. We'll cover IfElif in another video because that's a bit more advanced. So, if basically, if allows when certain parameters are met, it will execute a certain piece of code. And if those parameters aren't met, it will default to the else code. So that's it for the first episode of Coding with Bison. Like, comment and subscribe, and also tell me if you actually want more of these, because I actually quite enjoyed making this. I'll see you in the next video, and if you didn't understand any of this, just Google it. Seriously, just Google it. Someone else could probably do a better job of describing it than me. Anyway, bye.